waiting. You had me going on conversation. We leveled up, so we gotta keep this bond sacred. I love your frame, I'm not rushing to see you naked. Cause how I can work your mind to have you all stimulated.
It is my pleasure to welcome on the Now or Never show a hip hop artist, a R&B artist, a book writer, and a singer-songwriter that gives back to children from America. Welcome, Ace Jonez. Thank you for joining us today.
Hey, everybody doing, man? It's a blessing. It's a nice day, Grand Rising. Hey, make your dreams possible. Do everything you got to do to make that point happen. Never give up on yourself. I don't care. Never limit yourself and just keep pushing.
I appreciate those words of wisdom. Can you tell me about where your passion for music came from and how you started writing lyrics and composing music?
I think it really came from my father. You know, he passed away. Rest in peace. He did poetry, and then I have an older cousin that's in the music industry, and just the flow of words, how natural it becomes. You have like Will Smith and people that don't cuss and sold millions of albums and just having fun with music and just enjoying the sound. Uh, that's where it came from. Being younger, my mother, and just being around different people playing certain music and just having that feeling. Michael Jackson. I used to try to spin around and do the dances with Michael Jackson. I can't, it was just the excitement and the energy that it held with it that got me and put into music.
My condolences to you for your father. I lost my sister, so I understand, and I've told the world before I even know what it would do about my loss. And so I certainly can have compassion for that. We all can appreciate Michael Jackson.
Definitely. My condolences too. My condolences too. And it's tough for everyone when you have a loved one and just going through that thing. Going through those trials of just seeing and growing up with them and just going through those things and what they installed in you. And I think that those are the things that were very defining in my life with what they taught me and running with it.
Ace, I've heard so much about you, and I know you just dropped an album and a single. Can you tell me about that?
Come Over is more of a song where you get that it's a different sound, but it's a soothing sound, a relaxing vibe, so you can kick back and play at the house with your loved one. And it's just saying when music. I feel like it's changed so much. I try to put in hip hop and R&B at the same time, where you get that vibe of bringing that back to the old flavor back in the days, where you can express how you feel about a woman or about your significant other and just tell her how you feel. And I'm just trying to get back to those terms with the older hip hop and still mix it up with some R&B.
Can you tell me about your lyrics and why you mentioned you curse words, why you choose to not censor them, not judging you or anything, but what is your creative direction for yourself?
Well, I've grew up and I've conquered New York for like a couple years. I stayed in New York. I'm originally from North Carolina, a small city, and I ventured out. And I was always in love with LL Cool J, Will Smith, and people that didn't have the cuts to get their messages across. So I felt like, you know, to be a hip hop artist, you don't really have to display that type of character. So that's kind of where I got that feel from.
You're from North Carolina, and I have family there. It's a beautiful
Oh wow.
country. What do you think about New York?
It was something to conquer, but I feel like, and as an artist, and so many times we have to take chances on us as an artist. We have to be able to be like we're willing to move, we're willing to just pick up and follow our dreams. And you never know kinda until you follow your dreams and you conquer a bigger space. It was very tough for me coming from a small place, but I felt like the love was still there, just like I was anywhere else.
It's hard not to get sucked under in this entertainment business, and
That's true.
you seem to be so positive through adversity. What do you attribute that to?
I reverse that to basically putting in my time as being for me as a spiritual person, meditating and becoming one with myself and understanding what life is and understanding what the message I'm trying to push towards. I had to stay grounded. I had to find myself and find the things that I wanted to replace and fix and kind of bring me to my own self to kind of block the world out.
And I appreciate your creative direction. You talk about drugs and that kind of thing in your music. What goes into writing lyrics and composing music? Does it take time? What gives you the ideas and the visions to
I,
help you to start a project?
I really think for me it's the higher power. I'm nothing without the Most High, and I say that every time. He gives me the right direction, trying to keep people on the right path and children, and displaying a positive message for music because I feel like it's coming back around. It's like the yin and the yang. I'm trying to be that positive light to show people that you don't have to be like anyone else. You can be yourself and be creative. We're so creative in different forms. We're not just good at one thing. And I'm just trying to display that message that you don't have to do this, you don't have to talk about this, and just be yourself.
It's really a good point because creative people need that creative outlet to be able to survive in this world. And I know that you've helped children a lot and given back to Africa and worked with the youth. Can you tell me a little bit about those projects?
Yes, shout to Donald Hicks basketball camp in Newton, North Carolina. I've done that since I was a child, and just giving back. We teach mathematics, reading,
Mhm.
and fundamentals of basketball. But the thing that'll forever be in my heart is just being personal with children and understanding how they work and their personalities. I think that's life changing. Just for the youth period and just helping out. I went to a Lecrae concert and then I got involved with Africa and just being a person that knows that these children are our future and knowing that they're important is one of my biggest things.
Yes, absolutely. And the messages that we're sending children and giving back, and a lot of people are working together as artists to give back to children and do what we can to entice their creativity and their athletics. So it's really good that you're dealing with the children giving to the hungry and getting involved in those camps. Can
Most
you
definitely.
tell me before we cut to a short break? Can you tell me about the film you appeared in and what went into accepting that role?
Well, I did a small like it's like a C-B list film. My first time filming, which I'm getting more into acting. Um, it was I was more comfortable playing myself and learning two sides of myself from kind of just growing from the old self and learning to do shadow work to step into my new self and just be an artist and kind of just developing film and still just being relaxed. I was able to play myself, so it was more very natural, so it was a good feel. But I mean, it was a natural feel. I enjoyed it, and it was a good company. It was a smaller film, but it displayed at the right time to show different characters and show me that I had things that I needed to work on within myself.
Do you see yourself more as an actor or a musician?
I see myself more of a jack of all trades. I can do anything. I don't
Absolutely.
limit myself. I can do acting. I've modeled for some of the top agencies. Cynthia Bailey. I'm supposed to be in high school musical. I've done a lot of things in my life, and that's what I tell people all the time. It's one of the things is I don't care if you have kids. I don't care what if you feel like you're older, you feel like you can't do it. That we're that God blessed us to be great at multiple things. So I never hold myself intact to just one thing. I feel like I'm good at multiple things.
I'm gonna play your song, and I said it as a commercial with works that we did in New York State in a few minutes. But tell me about you creating positive music that influences your audience. For our audience, what positive messages do you send?
I send a positive message towards far as energy. I feel like the world works on energy based vibration, and whenever I hear music and whenever I'm in the studio, I go off of vibration and sound. I feel like that's the main things that runs this world. So I always try to express that happiness and that you don't have to be like anyone else. I'm so far from trying to be like anyone else. Even if I'm compared to anyone else, that's cool. And I'm always trying to give hip hop a push since it's been, from moving to New York and just knowing how it works and living in the Bronx where it started from. I'm always trying to express that creative drive to be yourself and send the message that you don't have to talk about violence. You don't have to talk about these certain things. Just be yourself. Even if people want to change you, like, don't change for anyone. Just continue to be yourself and relating to the youth or to young artists that are out here that are trying to do pertain music. Just be yourself, man. It's a natural feeling. It's a beautiful thing. The vibration, the energy is gonna carry you along itself.
I appreciate that. And we're just going to play a commercial, Higher Vibration, which is created by you.
Thank you.
And it's going to depict some of the works we did in New York State as well. You being a New Yorker, I certainly know you'll appreciate this.
Most definitely.
And just sit tight. We're going to play this. And when we come back, we're going to talk more with Ace Jonez.
Sounds good.
Drop, get defeated. I stay high like a phoenix. I'm feeling good and I'm so aligned. So we had to level up, wax it off like I'm Mr. Miyagi. Ambition still drives me. Going hard and respecting the body. Ain't cancer, so I'm telling my truth and I'm protecting my energy. Gotta be watching for frenemies. You won't get a win off me. She in tune with her chakra. She know that I got it. I'm feeling her style. I'm feeling the type of queen locked in the hustle. And steady moving around. She moving around. We off a high vibration. Feels good to have her around. She keep me in balance. She see all the talent. That's how a queen get down. We popping on high energies. Whenever we stepping your down. Rock the stage, you on lower vibration. You need to sit this one out. Divinely protected, my frequency good. My ancestors got me, I'm keeping it hood. 6 + 5 is 11. No, we not new to this, boy, we some veterans. In my zen, now I'm meditating. The type of zen have you levitating. Lower frequency cause frustration, but I'm catching the chart from a higher vibration. Haters watching and I know they mad. I'm focused on my future and not my past. I caught y'all drift when I felt the switch. Now it's only right I celebrate. A big dog, I'm a heavyweight. The image y'all painted was y'all mistake. It feels good to say namaste. I'm speaking from honesty. I see the truth and I see the lies. It no longer comes as a surprise. I'm done with the low, so I'm reaching my highs. This is the feeling of being alive. Yeah. Aligning my chakras. I feel so alive. Feel so divine. I'm aligning my chakras. I feel so alive. Feel so divine. I'm aligning my chakras. I feel so alive. Like the most high. On a high vibration. On a high vibration. Jonez.
I love that sound.
Thank you. Thank you. Shout out to Ryan Conrad, my producer.
Yes.
Africa.
Tell me a little bit about higher vibration. What went into the composition of it? Not so much the lyrics. Can you talk to me about that as well?
Well, I was going through a spiritual stage in my life where I was trying to attain growth and grow as an individual, as a person. And I was going through spiritual details of just wanting to grow, doing shadow work within myself, and I felt like that song was something that was comfort to myself. I really made the song base it on something for myself. I always try to write to be relatable, but sometimes I feel like that was a sacred song for myself, but it was so good I had to give it to the public.
Absolutely. And it reminds me a little bit about old school, if you will, but it's a modern old school. And I just related to that in marketing and playing and giving you airplay. I just loved that
Thank
song.
you.
And you have a new album release, a new drop song, but
Yeah.
we can relate to that song as well. Can you tell me about what you like to do for this community? What's left on your bucket list? You're giving back to Africa. You're helping basketball camps. What's left to do for you for community work?
I think the main thing is to spread love. We're in a space and time in these zones of with children and even as an adults where spreading love and in fear conquers. We're in a world where it's dynamically with fear. We live in a world with fear. I know, I'm always a bright person, so when I speak to certain people, they may not be feeling it that day because what the world have shown, we're living in a world of fear instead of spreading love. I want us to understand that love is important. Telling each other, hey, regardless if you know them, or smiling, that really conquers everything. So I'm at the point of just spreading love and letting people feel love because not everyone has that. So that's my main goal with the people, the community, is to spread love and let them know that they're loved.
And that's really a good point that leads me into my next question. Can you tell me about the ups and downs you have experienced in the entertainment business and how you stay motivated in this cruel world?
The biggest thing is for me is faith. Um, I can lie to you. Maybe a couple years ago, I probably would have probably thought that I was probably gonna end it and just leave music alone. But I think the faith that the Most High and God has created in us, whenever you have something set in stone and it's for you, He keeps you pushing. Um, I mean, being an independent artist, you're really displaying of sharing your own factor of spending your own money in your own events. So I think it's the toughest thing for people to understand and kind of catch your drift and see what you're doing. And as being a creator and as an artist, I think that was the toughest battle I had because you're gonna wake up sometimes and not have that money platform or think that you're making nothing from it and you're putting and investing in yourself, and those days don't come. But the biggest thing is to always remember is you plant small seeds, whether they're big or small, that they'll bloom eventually. And now we're on to a bigger point.
When you work towards a project ace, do you have a schedule?
I try to be unpredictable with my schedules, but I feel like God has control, and when He knows that it needs to be dropped, it needs to drop. I mean, I have friends. I still have music that I'm holding back, and my friends like drop it now. So my thing, if with me as an artist, is when the wind blows, it speaks to the soul pretty much. So I have designated days where I feel like maybe it's just an important time to drop something and it's the right fashion and time. So I kind of just really go with my gut and just kind of run with it and let the spirit speak through me and let God speak to me when it's the right time.
I have the difficult pain in the neck entertainment list, and I've had it for years. Is there any one artist that you really want to work with that's not a pain in the neck?
I feel like there's a few. One of the favorite I like his style. I like his calmness. Is Common. I'm a big Common fan.
And
Uh,
can you tell us about that entertainer, what you like about that person, and why you would want to work and mesh with them
I
on
would
a
say the
project?
first thing I could say about him is the unity, to bring people together, to love on each other, to love yourself and love others, and that the vibe. He always has like a peaceful, calm vibe and makes good music with a relatable message. I really listen to music with relatable messages, and he has this firm tone and how his beat choice is really selective. I like the style.
What projects are you working on? If you can talk to me about those. And are you touring all over and performing all over now?
So this year I will be taking my first tour June 5th. I'll be on the road, first independent tour for 3 months all the way until the end of August. This is my first independent tour. I'm so excited to well I'm excited. Let me say this because uh what we were talking about earlier, just dedicating yourself and having faith. Um to me it's unbelievable that I'm even able to do this to express my art and to show it to other people. So this is my first independent tour, June 5th, all the way to the end of August of the 29th. I'm excited. Uh, it's been a blessing, and that's what I say about laying those seeds, big or small. You may not see exactly what you want to see within that time that you lay them, but they'll happen. So I'm excited.
What cities are you going to?
Oh man, so many cities. I can't, I can't give you all, but I'll say it's like 32. It's at least 32.
32 cities and you're performing, and who's your audience? Who listens to your music and who comes to see you?
I feel like it's all. I make music that's relatable. I can dab into pop music. I can dab into R&B music and hip hop, and I'm actually working on reggae. So I'm trying to be optional. I'm an artist that can give you everything. I never stop on what I can do it. More as far as what as I can do as an artist. I feel like that. I can do anything. I can switch it up. So I think my crowd is just all different crowds. It just really doesn't matter. It's just adaptable. Listen, and if you like the sound, people join to it. Younger to older, it doesn't matter. So I'm finally. I feel like this year is really going to be the point when I'm on tour to express that and to gain more of a following. I consider myself more of an artist. I like to take my time with videos and directing. So I feel like it's not nothing I can't do. I feel good about that. I'm comfortable with that.
Are you going to be performing specific songs as you tour? What goes into that cut? It, tell me about how you pick your songs
Well,
since you
that is a really good question because I really been actually I have tour coming up and I'm really on that basis of how I'm gonna pick. But I think it's really just about the ones that really touch your soul, the ones you put time in, the ones that really have meaning, that you put in time in to let people know about yourself or what you've been going through. So I feel like all the songs that I have are more dedicating to my lifestyle or something that's relatable. So it's really hard to choose. I do have a lineup in mind, not for sure all the way, but I know for sure that whatever lineup I do pick up is gonna be amazing.
Yes, and absolutely. And you know now that I like Higher Tribulation, but tell me about some of the music that you're putting out or you haven't quite yet put out and where we can find that.
Okay, I have come over, which y'all may have heard a tad on the line far as one of my songs that was played on here. Um, April 5th, that'll be coming out on all platforms, Spotify, iTunes, all Apple, anything. You can reach it anywhere. It's more of a sense of a laid back song with a female that you're feeling and then that you really want to express how you feel for her. Sometimes as men, I feel that we don't express our feelings too much and let a female know. So, I kind of just made a song that was more relaxed and letting her know it's like, hey, I'm feeling your style, your personality, everything that you have, the qualities that you have. Come over and let's hang out and just have a good time. So, this song is going to be a big song. I'm giving you some hip hop feel with rap and a little bit of R&B vocals. I like to switch it up and be kind of, creative with that. It'll be on all platforms, April 5th. Ace Jones. You can catch it on YouTube everywhere. Just go check me out.
Awesome. And looking forward to hearing about your lineup with your touring. Where would we find that information?
That information, I'll be posting it soon. On my direct pages. I'll make sure I post it on also Instagram and everything like that. My information. But pretty much they're still in the lineup of making all the tour dates for all the way through. So I got to get through these meetings before I know exact tour dates. I know it is 32 cities. I'm still waiting too, guys, but it's gonna happen. As soon as I have the information, I'll be shooting it on all my platforms, so you'll have all the information.
Can you give me some advice for our youth about what you would say about what's happening right now in schools and also what's happening with peer pressure with drugs?
I think the thing is in society, I'm a big person I'm a spiritual person. So with me, as the times are changing, we have to start looking at the signs as the biggest things. But the things that are really hard out here is that it's a battle between yin and yang. You got the light and you got the darkness. I feel that you have a preference of people doing God's work and you have people doing dark work, and that's what life is created. We're balanced when we're born into good and evil, and the thing is that's what we're going through. But we're going through it at a significant time where it's a lot harder. And the thing is, bullying is everything's just at a heavy at like a top tier right now. We're getting it full force, and the energies that are really out here are forcing people to really show their divine colors. So what I would tell people that are getting bullied, just never forget who you are. You're blessed. To the children, to people that are out here, and people are making it hard for them. If you know who you are, you know what your heart is. You never change your heart. You know, I've been this person for years, and my blessings have gotten me a lot of places within my individual career as an independent artist to do a lot of things that I never thought. And if it ended today, I would be happy because I've done a lot. So at the end of the day, is just keep that balance within yourself, and just remember, if you have that heart, we're fighting a battle, and times are changing and they're getting tougher. And that doesn't make that you have to give up. You just keep fighting, you ignore and continue to be yourself. Don't let no one change you.
I appreciate your wise words. And before we wrap, a couple of things. I wanted to know about your book. Can you tell me about that?
Oh, I'm excited. This book is called Hacked. I can't give too much information about it because I'm actually still writing it. I would say, I love music. I've had a passion for music for years. Um, that is not my main goal. This like it's my main goal to continue to do music and put music out, but I have a couple different companies, and that what goes with the whole thing with we're not great at one thing. This is something I stepped out. I've let a people catch a little bit of my book, and they're like, it's really gonna be good, and I'm excited because I want to get into directing. But what I would tell you we get from it, it's a short story book. It has action, romance, and suspense in it, and you're gonna love it. It's gonna give a different identification. The identity far as cultural and race. I chose to take another race up beside myself and put other nationalities in it to give you that vibe. And I just want it to be relatable or something that's cool that you feel good and that you want to keep reading. So it's one of those keep reading books. When you read one chapter, you're going to want another one.
Perfect. And how can people get involved with volunteering in the same organizations as you do?
All you got to do is reach out. I would say research. I'm a big fan of Lecrae. Whenever I got to the Food for Hungry, I went to a concert. They were passing out flyers, and I got established with that through that way. Just seeing another inspiring artist that I look up to, um, and seeing what he was doing. I had a pen pal, and he wrote me all the time, and it touched my heart. I actually have a child myself, so just having a child write you and they're having less and what they're going through and seeing the type of work they put in, it's just like, man, it's amazing. It's amazing from what we go through to see what other people in different countries go through, and the blessing, and it makes you want to hold on to something deep inside, and it does something to you. So I would say, Google, get active. There's always something going on in the community with kids. There's always something going on where your voice can be heard. um, Speak. Our voices are everything, and we need to understand that it's time to speak up. In a time where it's hard, we have to speak up even more.
Yes, absolutely and definitely. It's heart-wrenching to see what's going on in our world with all of these disasters, both in schools and with the weather and the destruction. And just appreciate you, Ace, so much for your time. Anything else you want to tell the Now or Never show before we wrap?
I just want to say this, guys. I'm gonna continue to inspire. I'm gonna continue to grow, and even on my downfalls, on my worst days, I'm still at my greatest days. And I just want to continue to send blessings out. I want to send it over what I'm doing right now, just on everyone, and continue to be great. Don't let nothing hold you back. Don't let no one tell you you can't do nothing. Don't let nobody do nothing about when it comes to you. Be creative and stay focused and stay dedicated.
Thank you
Stay
so much
righteous,
for your
real, and
time.
relevant. Stay righteous, real, and relevant. Those are the really
Real
things I
and
can do.
relevant. Those are really good words. I appreciate your time, Ace Jonez. We're live right now, but we're going to edit this as well. We're helping people together around the world. We have also MJ Hablutzel on the show, and
Much love, much love.
much love to her in the Philippines. We're helping people together. Keep going with your dreams, folks. And thank you, Ace Jonez. I appreciate your time on the
Thank you.
show. Reach out anytime and I'll bring you back.
Sounds
Have a
great.
good
I
day.
appreciate you having me on. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Ace.
All right. Take care.
Welcome to the all-consuming filming now or never show, and it is my pleasure to introduce Mary Jane Lopez Hablutzel, and we are very blessed to have Mary Jane. Mary Jane, welcome.
Welcome and thank you for having here. Um, my family is awesome since Bruce is come to my life. You're the one that never let me sleep. To my mind and to my soul, you touch my lips. You're the one that I can't wait to see. You by my side, I am ecstasy. I am all alone without you. The days are dark without a glimpse of you. But now that you came into my life, I feel complete. The flowers bloom, the morning shines, I can see. Your love is like the sun, the light of my whole world. I feel the warmth inside. Your love is like the river that flows down through my veins. I feel the chill inside. Every time I hear our music play, reminds me of the things that we've been through. In the night, I can't believe it's true. But in my heart, the reality is you. I am all alone without you. The face to touch without a lips of you. And now that you came into my life, I feel complete. The flowers bloom, the morning shines, and I can see. Your love is like the sun, the light to my whole world. I feel the warmth inside. Your love is like the river that flows down through my veins. I feel the chill inside. Your love, your love, your love, your love, your love is like the river that flows down through my veins. I feel the chill inside.